And you know, Chomi, growing up, we were given this understanding that it's a smell. Because somehow, we are all aware of the smell. All of us, some way, somehow. But like, it was always justified as, which explained why our dog slept outside. Years later, Siakula and everything is making sense as to why isn't just it was Lalapand. So, I mean, the dark-skinned people have suffered. The dogs have suffered. All to find that, Chomi, the reason why Benjayana is because Abasham. And all to find that is linked to white supremacy somehow. Chomi Bona, they don't need to uhlamba, you know? Hlamba for what? They're already clean. Do you not understand? That smell, according to Bona, is a smell of godliness. Get with the times, Dimpo.
The population in South Africa is 90% black, but black people in South Africa only own 4% of privately owned land in the entire country. But somehow Trump is convinced that these 59 white South African refugees deserve to be housed and fed on the taxpayer dollar in the United States because they were being discriminated against in their home country. It makes me so fucking sick to see that in the same week that a 16-year-old girl had her face slammed into the concrete by ICE because she was brought here as a minor into the United States by her parents, that our taxpayer dollars are simultaneously being spent on an expedited refugee process for white people in South Africa, where they only make up 10% of the population, but they own 96% of the fucking land. Are you kidding me? And their justification is that they believe that white people are being genocided in South Africa. So all of a sudden they have a problem with genocide. Meanwhile, the United States is literally funding a genocide in the West Bank. And for the record, that's not even happening in South Africa. It's been disproven and debunked multiple times. And it's just Elon Musk spreading right-wing bullshit, white supremacist bullshit, as usual. That's all this is. It's just white supremacist bullshit all over again. I'm so tired.
Was approximately 70,000
Afrikaans
people
that applied. Yes.
Only wait, did they decline the others or
no? They applied, but the reality of the situation is this was all bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. They all fed Trump and them lies. The Every Forum even had to go over there and go, look, we might have exaggerated here and there.
Yeah.
Yes.
To tell the truth.
Yeah, to tell the truth, it's not that bad that you must do these things. Bruh, these Owens made it seem like they were being, I don't know, they were these victims that we were coming in and killing them and stealing their land and what.
Yeah.
None of this. This is South Africa, bruh.
Yeah.
Everybody gets robbed here. Everybody gets killed here. Crime is bad for everybody. This land, what thingy, has been spoken about. Till this day, I can't mention 5 Afrikaners who own big plots of land that farm for Pick and Pay and whatnot, who have had to give their things over to the state. Abayo.
Also, like you're the only richest person in a 50-kilometer radius, right?
Obviously, they're gonna rob you, bro. Obviously.
You're a target.
You are a target. You live in the middle of nowhere. You're the richest person within the 50-kilometer radius. Everyone in that small town knows. They know that's where the money is.
And not just little money, all the money.
Yeah,
all the money of the town is there. You're obviously going to get robbed, bruh.
So strange that, considering how they got their riches, they're now acting like victims again. Like, it's so strange. Now you imagine you're bullied.
No, it's just, you know what it is, bruh. It's the problem with South Africa is our apartheid system has done such a good job of creating this us and them thing. To the point where we don't realize that now we're battling another enemy. And I think the only time we'll ever unite as a people is when we have an external enemy. The day aliens attack us, we'll realize, guys, actually, we are all one.
Yeah.
That's the day we're actually going to come.
The AI chatbot Grok, created by Elon Musk's XAI, has been responding to queries with unrelated information about violence against white people in South Africa. An NBC News review of Grok's X account since Tuesday showed more than 20 examples of such responses in which Grok mixed in comments about violence in South Africa to answers not related to the topic. In one example, a user asked Grok, "Where is this?" in reference to a photo of a walking path. The user didn't mention South Africa, and the photo does not appear to be from that country. Grok responded, "The query asks about the location of a scenic image, likely not tied to South Africa's farm attack debate." Later in the response, Grok said on the broader topic implied, farm attacks in South Africa are real and brutal, and went on to elaborate on such claims. It's not immediately clear why the AI bot has begun bringing up the topic unprompted. Elon Musk has been ramping up his rhetoric on the issue, and the U.S. recently welcomed 59 white South Africans as part of a refugee agreement that included claims of racial discrimination and violence.
You know, I've never seen a group of refugees that look this damn healthy in my life. Truly obese refugees. I mean, I think that's an oxymoron, obese refugee. But no, for real though, these folks claiming that they are being oppressed in Africa, family. Did we all forget it was their manifest destiny that brought them to Africa in the first damn place? It's funny how colonization and white privilege just works out for people. If I can recall my history notes, it was the Dutch West India Company and the Dutch East India Company that started all of this colonization early. So when your manifest destiny doesn't work out, white privilege will always bail you out. Trump made it clear that he doesn't mind importing racists to this country. I just want to know who's going to pay that tariff.
Because you know what the truth of the matter is? By 49.
That's the thing.
Do you know what I mean? In a country, how big is this country?
It's like 50
Massive,
million.
bro. Like 60
million.
60
Over
over,
60,
over,
yeah.
nah, it's
Yeah,
probably way
over.
over. It's been
Over
60
60,
million for a long time.
Yeah, because of you, Ghost Lady.
She keep popping them out, bro. She keep popping them
6 million people, bruh, and 60 million people, and I hate that 49 are getting the whole country talking.
Yeah.
49.
Yeah.
And for me, mabahambe. Sorry to be Gaten Mackenzie here, but mabahambe, bro. I would have loved if we never heard from them again, spoke to them again, because Nyani, man, we gave you a second verse in the anthem. How much more welcome
Do you need?
Bro.
Man, if you, what culture are you?
Zulu Xhosa.
If we're ungaya, let's say at Jamaica,
Yeah.
and at Jamaica they've got the anthem. I don't know what the anthem is, but whatever.
It's not reggae.
I know.
I don't think it's reggae. It's probably those brass ones.
I don't know what's worse. But the point is, if they in the country had a national anthem, and then because you and your family moved there, they then add a Zulu bom 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 in their anthem. Like, what does that mean? You are welcome here, bro. We've accepted you. So once you don't accept the second verse in an anthem and you leave, I can't deal with you.
Bro, I don't know why anyone would want to leave SA, man.
Especially Afrikaans, especially white people.
But again, guys, by 49, that's not even a full class Soweto. It's like...
Oh, come on.
I know.
That's why they're catching strays. Come on.
My bad. That's it. So it's my bad. But my point is, I refuse. Like, I hate that we're talking about them now. If anything I want to say about them, mabahambe by 49 asbakhatlelanga. On top of that, I read Trump thought that these people were farmers.
Yeah.
Come to find, not even looking at their papers, just looking at the picture there at the airport. It's ex-car guards.
Yeah. There's a car salesman. Like,
There's a car salesman.
Like, literally, there's a car salesman. Like,
There's
for real,
an aspiring rapper in Gayaziyo. Uzawenza ntoni?
The U.S. is accepting white South African refugees while simultaneously deporting refugees here. Have a listen to this.
The president has shown support for South African refugees that are coming to the United States next week. Can you talk about what these refugees are fleeing and why this is a priority for the administration?
Well, the president has actually signed an executive order on that matter. My office can get it back to you, Michael. But this group in South Africa has faced racial persecution. In fact, the government there has vowed to take away their farmland that they own. And so the president has talked significantly about this. As for further details on refugee claims and asylum claims, I would defer you to the State Department.
All right, so when you look into this story, South Africans incredulous. The resettlement effort comes after President Trump signed an executive order in February claiming minority Afrikaners were being unfairly treated in South Africa, offering them possible resettlement in the U.S. Trump also cut off aid to South Africa, which has been in his crosshairs since he returned to office, for its DEI policies in support of the Palestinians. Trump also says the South African government is taking land from Afrikaners, but there's no evidence of this. Speaking at the White House, Trump repeated the claim. It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. But white farmers are being brutally killed and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. It's interesting, right? They're kicking out brown people and shipping in white people. I mean, it's interesting, right? It's the land of the free, the United States of America. We're a proud melting pot. And, we had obvious issues with people seeking asylum, whether it be from war-torn areas like even Haiti with the political unrest there, to other Central American countries, and it's just befuddling to see that right now people are being ripped away from their kids, their moms, their dads. They're being torn apart in our country, and then we're like, no, we need some of those people. Bring in the white.
So why do we now have these dozens coming over here claiming to be refugees? President Trump is calling this process racial persecution. He also says there's race-based genocide in South Africa because of this law. What's your response to that?
It's entirely fallacious. There is no data to back up the claim that there is a white genocide underway in South Africa. Last year, in the first 9 months, there were 19,000 murders, of which only 50 took place on farms. And most of the data shows that less than 10% of the murders on farms were of white landowners. The vast majority of those murders were of poor black farm workers. So, there is this narrative. It's not the first time it has been promoted. South African right-wing organizations are very well networked with similar organizations in the US, in Australia, in parts of Europe, and have promoted this idea that white Afrikaners are subject to persecution. As you can see from the images scrolling right now, these are people who are mostly middle class or lower middle class, who have not had their lives directly threatened. It's in many cases, in many senses, what is happening here is an existing privileged group within South Africa is claiming a need for asylum status in the US. It's become the laughingstock of South Africa. Online memes are going mad about it. South Africa is actually the most unequal society in the world, in which the vast majority of the poor who suffer the most violence are black. And so what is being done here is so at odds with reality on the ground. What some observers in South Africa have said is that this has got to do actually with other things. It's got to do with geopolitics. It's got to do with South Africa's role in the BRICS and in the International Court of Justice case on Gaza. And it has to do with the performance of the US, which has closed its borders to many people who are facing violent persecution in their home countries, wars, and so on, and instead privileging a small group of relatively well-off white people from South Africa who are arguing that any move towards transformation constitutes discrimination. So it's most unfortunate. It's making South Africa look bad. But also, I have to say, many South Africans say if they don't want to be part of a racially integrated society, let them go.